Okay, hello everyone. My name is Winnie Chen and I am the registered dietitian. And today I like to spend about half hour of your time talking about menu compliance. This is the very first in-service that I provide to the homes. And the reason why I put this as my very first in-service because menu is the blueprint of healthy eating. It sets the structures and it sets the routine here. So I'm going to go ahead and talk about what we are going to try to accomplish at today's in-service. So today I'm going to talk about why it is so important to follow the menu and discuss the different components of the menu and understanding some general nutrition principles that go with the menu. And hopefully by listening to this in-service, you will have the knowledge, the ability to follow this menu. There are two slides I'd like to share with you today, and I call them my takeaway points here. The first slide is that really food is the source of total well-being. It not only provides you energy, right? Physical energy, also emotional energy. You can also attest that when you eat a diet that's loaded with sugar or it's too heavy, you just feel sluggish. So food is also definitely promote better health. If you follow a good diet, it helps to prevent chronic conditions such as diabetes, heart disease, and cancer. Let's not forget that food is a source of pleasure. It offers us to socialize with others, to bond with others. So food is so important for everyone's life, including the resident and ourselves. Food also offers an opportunity to learn. We work with clients with issues like impaired eating ability. They don't like fruits and vegetables. They like to eat very fast. So these are all really opportunities for them to learn and grow. But I just want to say it's all about baby step here. And we all need to start with the menu. You bear the responsibility to provide an eating environment that's healthy and that is safe. It is so important that we create an environment where healthy choices are the easy choices. Today's in-service focus on the healthy aspect. In a different in-service, I will focusing more on the safety aspect of the eating environment. Like I mentioned earlier, menu, this is the blueprint of everything. And that's why when I first got in here, this is the first thing I wanted to do. I want to set up a menu that is workable for the home. Now, I also want to say that having a menu is just not a nice thing to do. It's a licensing requirement. So if an auditor comes to the home and see you preparing something different from what is posted on the menu, that is the citations. Okay, so it's not just a nice thing, it's a requirement. But you have to understand why is licensing making group homes have a menu, because it has so many advantages. It makes menu planning a lot easier. There's no guessing game. You know what to prepare. It helps to promote a balanced diet. It helps to,
Oh, wow, that was interesting.
Vegetables, and it helps the management manage the budget, and it definitely helps the client.
You play basketball here too?
Can we at this time can we ask people to press the mute button, please?
My nephew plays ball every Wednesday and Thursday.
Please mute your phone.
iPhone. Somebody either mute.
Pebble.
You never played against him?
No, I stopped playing the Pebble.
Please mute your phones.
Okay, I muted this person. It says iPhone. So again, please mute the phone here. Okay. So going back is that, having a well-planned menu, it also meets the dietary needs of the clients. When it comes to menu, there's 3 guiding principles, is what I call the 3 P's: the planning, the purchasing, and the preparing. Okay, planning, that's my job, the dietitian job. I plan out the menu carefully, with consideration of variety, the client's dietary needs, cultural, personal preferences, staff's cooking ability, and definitely the health guideline, which means low, generally speaking, low fat, low sugar, low salt, high fruits and vegetables, high fiber, and high fluid. And I always say that even though I'm very sensitive to making sure that the personal and cultural preferences are met, I also need to be aware that, we had to create a healthy menu that meets the dietary guidelines. It's a fine balance. The only way that it's going to work is we continue to communicate with each other. So the second part of the menu process is the second P. I call it the purchasing, right? Purchasing the right food. Remember earlier I mentioned about, keeping the food environment healthy, okay? So the person who shops is really the gatekeeper of the house. Whatever this person brings is what the rest of the crew has to work with. So if this person brings a lot of junk food, this is what other people have to work with. So the person who does the shopping, it needs to be a person who has some knowledge about nutrition, who enjoys cooking, who knows what good foods means, and who follow the menu shopping list. Okay, so when you go for shopping, look for things that are fresh and seasonal. Look for things that's low fat, low sugar, and low sodium. So when it comes to low fat, typically I ask for things like low-fat salad dressings, low-fat condiments like low-fat mayonnaise, healthy oil like canola oil, olive oils are the go-to oils. Low sugar means, just low sugar canned fruit. It also could be just, crackers or whole grain cracker instead of cookies. Low sodium could be, low sodium canned goods, low sodium beans, low sodium sauces, and also low sodium seasonings. One of the best advice I try to give to people is if you shop around the perimeter of the store, that means you shop around the store instead of in between these aisles, you're likely to buy healthier food. So what that means is that when you are shopping around the aisle, that's where you see a lot of fresh produce, fresh cut meats, fresh dairy. When you shop in the aisles, that's where you're going to see a lot of boxed food, canned goods, processed food. So shopping around the perimeter is where you're going to get your best choices for the kitchen. I know a lot of group homes operate under a very limited budget here. So what are some smart shopping tips? Well, I would say the first thing is you need to pick the right store. I always say that, spices or shelf-stable food like condiments, like salad dressing, canned goods, you can really start off with a 99-cent store. That will really help you to save you a lot of money. Because, for example, a jar of, spices can only cost you about 99 cents. But if you go to a regular grocery store, it's very easy that it will go as high as $4. So condiments, shelf-stable food, you should to go for these bargain stores. But there's other bargain stores like Food for Less, Sam's Club, Costco. These are all some good stores that give you best prices. Shop according to the list. That's another shopping tip here. We all know that the longer we stay in the grocery store, the more food we buy. So if you can take a list, shopping according to list, it will help you stick to the list, will help you save some money. Buy whole instead of pre-cut. A whole chicken is definitely a lot cheaper than pre-cut chicken strips. Buy in bulk. And what I mean is things that are more shelf stable, like a bag of onion, a bag of potato. These things have longer shelf life, and it's just a lot cheaper. You buy them in larger quantity. But things that go bad very easily, you just need to be a little bit more careful about that, you know. For example, you probably also see that you buy a bag of oranges, and then by the time you eat it, there's already a few that are already rotten, right? Another great example is it's better to buy things in small quantities, actually the salads. You know, if you buy things in bulk, like salad, you had to use it up in 2 days. Otherwise, you know, it just gets bad and you end up throwing things away. So things that are more perishable, I suggest you buy things in little small quantities so that you can make sure that you can finish them without them turning bad. Buying seasonal produce is a great way of saving money. Right now, watermelon, right, peaches, they are in season, so they will guarantee you the better price and also the best taste. To avoid food wastage, to cut down time in prepping, I also like to, you know, utilize some frozen fruits and vegetables in the shopping list. They help you to save time, help you to also add some colors to the food. As we know that dry beans definitely is a lot cheaper than canned beans. Okay, so let's move on to the third P here. The third P is preparing, and that's what most of the people in the home will be doing, is preparing the food. So, you know, when it comes to preparing, I would say follow the menu and then also follow the recipes. I cannot emphasize enough about if you can't follow the menu for whatever reason, such as, you know, you don't have the right ingredient, you're short of staff, or, you know, you don't have the right ingredient in the house, just write it down on the menu substitution list. This is a way for we to communicate each other. And also follow the recipes. Right. I want to also emphasize about, you know, prepping ahead of time. If you know that you're gonna, you know, cook this chicken tonight, maybe the day before, you should just, you know, take out the chicken and start defrosting. Offering a balanced meal with all the food groups. You know, I always tell people offer 2 or 3 kinds of fruits and vegetables per meal setting, and also always make sure that we offer them fluid. Okay. Serving the right amount of food is also another very important thing. Now, but for the purpose of this in-service, we're going to talk about portion sizes and diet order at a different training. But I do want to say that, you know, even if you try to, even if you don't follow the right portion at this time, just by cooking healthier, having healthier food items in the house, you're already doing a great big miles. You are already doing pretty good as a starting point. I wanted to show you a picture of what the current menu looks like, right? In here, you know, you see the breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and you all definitely see these client choices. So the client choices or international choice night, these are meant to give you some variety, some creativity. What I hear a lot is like, oh, this thing always repeats over itself, it's too boring. So when it says client choice, this is where you can, you know, spice things up a little bit. But I always say, even though if you want to change things, make sure that you put health into consideration. You know, you can, you know, make sure that each meal has protein, has starch, has veggie, and has fruit. And also it also has the liquid. The client choice or the choice night, it's really meant to give you some creativity, for you to utilize some creativity. It is not really meant for you to, you know, cut corners. Like, oh, I'm just going to stick something in the microwave and heat it up. Okay. I also want to say that in the menu, you usually will see like a page number or Winnie's recipes. So with a page number here, this is where you go, you know, to look up the group home menu cookbook, and that's where they will show you how to make it. And then obviously it says Winnie's recipe. The menu binder should also have the recipe in there. Notice that I kept all the vegetable and salads or fruits mostly generic, okay? So again, I would say that if you have fresh produce, use them up first instead of canned one, instead of like a frozen one. Use the fresh one first. Now, like I mentioned earlier, make sure that your fruits and vegetable has at least 2 to 3 colors in there. So when it says, veggie, maybe you can have broccoli with onions and carrots. That's 3 vegetables right there. Or you can just utilize frozen vegetables. That give you a good mixture of colors. I also want to take the time to also share some snack ideas here. Okay, so in here you will see that these are some snack ideas. Typically, what I see in group homes that people just give them, like a Nutri-Grain bar or cookies or crackers as snack. But there's really a lot of snacks that put emphasis on fruits and vegetables, such as, for example, something really easy is fruits mixed with some sour cream. That's a very easy snack. You can also do, turkey lettuce wrap, right? With turkey, instead of flour tortilla, you use the lettuce. You could do, veggie with some hummus or guacamole, or even salsa, right? That's veggie right there too. During the summertime, you can make a lot of smoothie. You can do aqua fresca, which is mostly water and a little bit of fruit, or you can make, smoothie with fruits and vegetable in there. Or you can do a popsicle, whatever leftover you have, just make it into a popsicle. I also want to show you some more pictures with meals that has fruits and vegetable in there. Now here you see, yogurt and oatmeal. Again, add some fruits and vegetable to it, so it has more colors. In my menu, I write a lot of veggie scramble. So this is also a time when you can, put some veggie in the scramble. You can also put some salsas in there. A little bit of cheese goes a long way. Instead of boring ham and cheese sandwich, add some color. It could be avocado. It could be puree vegetable spread. It could be, coleslaw. It could be, sliced cucumber, or it could be just, lettuce and tomato. Stack them up. Again, I ask for you to add colors to the vegetables, at least 2 to 3 kinds of veggie and fruit to the meal. Here is something just really simple: carrots and string beans, right? Very simple. Salads, right? Instead of just, Caesar salad with crouton, add some color, like, cucumber, olive, corn, cherry tomato. The creativity is yours. There's no right or wrong. Again, all I ask is just add at least 2 to 3 kinds of fruits and vegetables to the plate. Here's a video about adding colors to the snacks with a focus on fruits and vegetables. Okay, so now we have, officially sort of end our in-service today, and I wanted to take this time and answer everybody's questions here. Now, before I start, one of the common things I hear from people is that, my client don't like to eat vegetables. He's nonverbal. He will have a behavior when we don't give him vegetable. Or another good question I always get is like, what about he always wants second, he always wants third, he wants always on fourth. So allow me to, just address these two questions right now, okay? And I'll be more than happy to, elaborate on a little bit more in the future as well. So when it comes to, changing people's behavior, what you have to remember, it's baby step. It's baby step, okay? So it won't happen overnight. And we just need to be patient, but we also need to provide a lot of encouragement and redirecting, right? And also be a good role model. So if people are, so that's, talk about each one of them, okay? Be patient, right? It won't happen overnight. So if you want to offer something, it could be, in small quantity, so they can get used to it. Another thing I usually would tell people is the then. If you eat this, then you can get your preferred food. That's another tips. And another tip is also just mixing it. You hide it so they won't be able to see it. So making a smoothie is a very good way to hide your fruits and vegetables. Another one is having the routine. You always do this, a routine. I always get a fruit smoothie at 10 o'clock. When you have that routine, then it's also registered that this is the time that there's no way to get around with it. This is where I eat it. But I need to emphasize small quantity, repeat exposure, a lot of patience, and also maybe a schedule where you know that this is when I eat fruits and vegetables. This is when I eat a smooth fruit smoothies. Now, what about the seconds and third? This home usually are people with big mans. So I would say that we could be a little bit more generous with the protein and also with the starch that is listed on the menu right now. But like I said, I just want to make sure first that this menu, the food, it has enough variety, it's meeting this home's cultural and personal preferences, but with the health in mind, right? I just want to make sure that this menus work, and we will talk about the portion size. Now, when it comes to having second or third, the good rule of thumb is that having fruits and vegetables as your second. But I know sometimes it's hard because they would have behavior. So I think that they are all pretty big men. I would say that you could, what you also can do is, first of all, is you practice good, healthy cooking techniques, right? My chickens are baked, I don't deep fry them. I take off the chicken. We have mostly lean meat instead of fatty meats. So already, if you follow the menu, you're already doing a really you already have that structure there. It's probably like the portion size we need to work. But again, it's all about baby steps. Again, offer fruits and vegetables as the second. If the client cannot be redirected, I would say that you document, say, client unable to redirect. I gave them the second. But I want to go back. It's like, if you are preparing the food with healthy cooking techniques, you're using lean turkey, you're using, skinless chicken, you're not deep frying it, you're already doing a pretty good job. The only thing I would really also caution is the juices. Juices often, offer empty calories. And I would be something that you just need to be a little bit more careful and just maybe, diluting the juices. If that is not a problem, then you could, if it's more than it's just more a behavior, that could be also something that we can work with the behaviors to come up with a plan. Okay, so with that in mind, I just want to now opening up some questions and feedbacks for this home. Questions?
What if they only want to eat like a certain thing at times? Like, say for instance, they only want to eat the pasta, not the vegetables or the actual meat. How do I go around that?
Okay, so one more time. So this person only wants to eat pasta, but no protein, no veggie. Is that right? Is that what you're saying?
Right.
Okay, yeah. So again, like I mentioned earlier, is right your verbal encouragement. Hey, try it. Number 2, small quantity. How about just try 1 spoon? Or positive role model. Hey, look at me. I'm eating. It's really good. Why don't you try it? If this client cannot be redirected, right? Then you just have to document. Say, unable. I try everything. I try all the bag of tricks. It doesn't work. You document. But like I said, baby step, persistence, a lot of patience. Because I seen it happen. I really seen it happen that they don't eat any fruits and vegetables, and slowly, okay, I'm not talking about overnight. I'm not talking about it happening 1 month. I'm talking about after a year and a half, like, ooh, he's starting eating a little bit. That's a progression. So I would say just encouragement, patience, small quantity, the if that. If you do this, then you can have that, right? If it doesn't work, you have to document, say, unable to redirect.
Because he will have a behavior.
Yeah, no,
when he don't get what he wants.
Right. No. So document, and if like I said, if it really becomes a problem, we need the behaviors to get involved. That's why we have behaviors in all the homes, right? They play a very important role in it. But at least you know, I tried, right? And yeah, I tried. But just remember, just because he refused, it does not mean that he refused tomorrow. It does not mean that he will refuse a year from now, right? But if this person clearly says no, we don't want to cross that boundary either.
Okay.
Yeah. But what a lot of times what I see is people don't even try. Oh, he doesn't want it. Okay, forget it. It's where I see a lot of people, they just encourage. They be a positive role model, right? And that slowly, gradually, a year from now, maybe 2 years from now, you start seeing little things happen. Right. And like I said, fruit smoothie, pureeing it, hide it. Maybe that's an initial step. That's maybe an initial step. Like spaghetti, right? You puree some grapes, zucchini in the spaghetti sauce. Nobody sees it. You hide it. Maybe that's an initial step because I hide it. You can't see it. You cannot pick it up.
Because I'll put like broccoli inside of the rice, so I know he's getting a little bit of vegetables.
Yes. See, you're trying. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So I puree my onion, and I mix it with my rice. Right. Or I do Spanish rice with tomato in there. So the tomato paste is coated to the rice. He can't pick it out.
That's what I do with like the ground turkey. I'll cut up like the green, the yellow, the red bell pepper, slice some white onion, and also like cut up some broccoli, and then make all of that, and then put that on top of white rice. So it's like it's all together, and it's kind of colorful too.
Yeah. Yes. Right. You're making it so fine that he can't pick it out. But I would say smoothie actually is a really good way too. And also, again, these are all tips. It may not apply to everybody. I have also seen is that you make a blend, big juice. Tell them to, can you throw some strawberries in there? And then press the button.
I don't. I could try.
Maybe that's pushing it, huh?
They might not throw them in there. They might just throw them.
Yeah. So you just have to, kind of wait and see, different bag of tricks, Yeah. So yeah, client involvement may not be workable in this home, but hiding it may work, right?
Yeah, that's true.
Hiding it. And I also talk about the if then, if you eat this small tiny bite, then you can have your favorite food. If then, right? That's maybe that also could be a possible way.
Do you think it would be better when I give him rice or even pasta to like give him like maybe 2 spoonfuls at a time, so when he asks for more, it's not like he's getting a bunch of it?
Yeah. And what I also see people, they take the whole meal and then divide into 2 plates. So they think that they are getting seconds. I seen people done that too.
Okay.
Yeah, so they think they are getting second. But like I said, if you do home cooked meal and you use mostly turkey and chicken and fish, you guys are already you have a good start already.
Okay.
Yeah, it's when people eating a lot of like greasy food, right? Ribs, right? That's a lot of greasy food that becomes even more challenging.
Okay.
Good job. Good job. I think, see, you're thinking.
Thanks.
Yeah, it's like playing mental game here. Okay, let's see if I can outwit you.
What about was it like a 4-bean chili? Because I know it's not no actual meat in it, but because of all the different seasons and vegetables getting cut up, it almost looked like it's ground beef in it, but it's actually different vegetables.
Yeah, chili, right? Chili.
Right.
Chili is an excellent way. It's like casserole is a great way of getting everything in there. It's like a one pot dish, right? Casserole is good. So chili fall into that category because you have beans, which is healthy protein, fiber. You have carb from the bean, and you also have the meat, right?
Right.
And then you have the vegetable because you have tomato and you have sliced onion, and also you have bell peppers in there. Yeah. Anything else?
No, that was it.
Yeah. So again, this home it's a challenging one, but like I said, it's like, baby step. You don't give up, just like we don't give up on our family. Small baby step, and playing mind game with them too. If it really becomes a problem, we need to get the behaviors involved. And if you cannot be redirected, you have to document, cannot be directed. All right. So that we can see that, we have a way to support our work.
Okay. So in the future, do you think it might be a good idea to try stuffed bell peppers or no?
Yeah.
Okay.
And stuff, like I said, like casserole dishes, right? Casserole, stuffed bell pepper, beef stew, chili. Yeah, I think casserole is usually or a shepherd's pie, right? Shepherd's pie, right? Shepherd's pie is ground meat, frozen mixed vegetable, and you put potato on top, right? That's a really good one too. So with my menu, like I said, communicate with me. If you guys want something to be changed, I'm here for you.
Okay.
Because you work with the client every day, right? So if you feel like this, so can we get rid of this? I think they would like this better. And this one has vegetable in there. Of course. You guys know your client very well. And I also want to say that You guys are not just caretaker, you are lifestyle coach. You are change, you are maximize their potential.
Gotcha.
Did you have another question?
I was gonna say, what was it? I couldn't remember what it was. It slipped my mind.
No problem. No problem.
I'll
Right?
give someone else a chance.
Yeah, no problem. And that we're here for you. And yeah, just communicate with me. Write it down the menu substitute. Communicate with your administrator. And yeah, if something's not working, let's fix it. Don't want to say, well, the dietitian wrote it, so we can't do anything about it. No, I want this menu to work for everybody. And I want you guys to eat good food too, because whatever you prepare, you can eat it yourself. Mm-hmm. Okay, if that's not it, I would say that we will end our in-service today. And like I said, this is the first in-service training. Next time, I wanted to tackle more on the diet order, how exactly we can implement, to meet their nutritional dietary needs, because we have people who are on cholesterol medication, high blood pressure medication, on obesity. So we want to make sure we have some measure to help manage that. Because if a licensing come to your home and they ask you, hey, so what is your home doing to, help him to control his blood pressure? I want you to say, well, we're doing bang, bang, bang. We're doing this and that. Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. Well, thank you so much. And you guys have a rest of a good day. Thanks. Bye-bye.